Ready to go. Wonderful day here, nice and warm, very warm. Right now the Thai baht 34.96 to the dollar. The temperature 83 degrees, high of 92, low of 78, and the feel like temperature currently is 91 degrees. Air quality is 59 and humidity is 80%. Visibility is 23 kilometers. So that sets the stage. That's what it's like here in Thailand. It's quite humid right now. I'm sweating and I have only been outside for a few minutes, so that tells you something. Heavy rains from today until, well, for the next couple of days, but there are heavy rain warnings until 6 a.m. tomorrow, so that tells you something. It looks like it's going to rain and it's very humid out, so I think we're going to get some rain just like we did yesterday. Anyway, do me a favor, smash the like button and the join button and consider subscribing. All the information is down in the description. You can become a Patreon patron or use the Cash App or buy me a coffee, and please be sure to visit my website at anamericaninbangkok.com where you can get merch, you can get my books, you can get all kinds of things there. So we got quite a bit of information to go through. Tom is supposed to be here in about 15 minutes. Hopefully he'll be here. Sawadee Kap Khun Carnivore, who will be coming over here soon, a couple of months. Looking forward to that. But we have a few news items to go through, and hopefully Tom will be here on time. I don't know if he will be or not, but we'll see. But we have a few news items. Good morning, Bruce. Good morning. How you doing? We have a few news items to go through today that are actually pretty important. I think all of these are kind of important, maybe aside from the Chinese. There's not as many Chinese as projected. The numbers are going down. But first thing on the agenda, and we will be talking about the Social Security in a few minutes, so stay tuned. We have quite a bit of information, and the reason that I'm going over this is because Tom decided to apply for his Social Security, and I'm looking at when I want to subscribe, when I want to apply. I can apply in about, 11 months I can apply for it, but I don't know what I want to, so I'm going to have to look at it carefully, and I will go over that and a bunch of other things. But first, the news. First off, we got to talk about Thaksin. He comes home. I don't know if he's coming home to die. I don't know what he's coming home for. But he came home and immediately was arrested, put in a hospital. Now he's saying that he's very ill, and he's applying for a royal pardon. And he's in the middle of not in the middle, he's at the beginning of his 8-year sentence for abuse of power and conflicts of interest after he is returning from 15 years of self-imposed exile. Thaksin had applied for a pardon, and it was submitted by his family, and it has to be submitted through the Corrections Department, the Justice Minister, then it goes to the Prime Minister, who must then submit it to King Maha Waji. Oh man, this, I used to be able to say the king's father's name, but I have a problem with this one. Wajiralongkorn. Oh, Tom is here. All right, very good. So then he needs to submit it to him. Richard, thank you very much. As always, I appreciate it. Chokdi to you. Chokdi. So, I don't know how you feel about this, but I kind of, oh, well, he's 74 years old and he's ill. It doesn't matter. He ran away. He bailed. He took off because he didn't want to do his time. That's how I look at it. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe there's some other factors that would make me see otherwise, but I don't think so. This guy ran away. He didn't want to do his time. Oh, I've been, they're out to get me. And now he's going to apply for a royal pardon, and my guess is he'll probably get it. And do I think he should get it? No, I don't. So now you know how I feel about it. Good morning, Mr. Tom. I was always told rank has its privilege, but it still sucks. You see that Taxon is applying for a royal pardon.
Good for him.
Yeah, okay, good for him. I think...
You can ask.
No, of course you can, but what I'm saying is he ran away from his sentence. He comes back because, oh, now I'm so sick and I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just telling you this.
I haven't kept track of why he came back. I know he came back.
He came back. I personally think, can you hear Tom all right? Can you hear me all right? I personally think he bailed and then he's coming back because he knows he doesn't have all that much time left. Or he thinks maybe I don't have that much time left and I want to be with my family in my own country. So, the thing is that if they give him a pardon, it's kind of like, wait a minute, you run away, you go live the life in Dubai or wherever you are, and now you're back because you want to be with your family, and oh, well, I won't serve any time, or I'll serve a couple of days and then I get a royal pardon. Anyway, so that's neither here nor there. I don't know how you guys feel, but I particularly think he needs to be sentenced and stay there, and that's it. If he's in the ward, the medical ward, that's fine, whatever. He was convicted of abuse of power and corruption. So there you go. Okay, now, second of all, the elite visa is being rebranded. We've talked about this before. The former Thai elite visa, priced at 1 million baht, and available to all, has given way to an exclusive reserve card, which is by invitation only and limited to 100 new members annually. This cost 5 million baht. He's being treated better than most in the joint. Oh, he's being treated, I guarantee you he's being treated a lot better. Much, much better. Really. Holders of the reserve card can keep the good times rolling with 5-year extensions, each at a mere 10% of the reserve card's current value when they decide to extend. So, they're only giving this to 100 people. So that's neither here nor there, whatever. They want to get 100 people, that's fine. Meanwhile, the popular 5-year visa package, previously valued at 600,000 baht, has been rebranded as the Gold Card, now priced at 900,000 baht. This is what they do here in Thailand, and I've been complaining about the haircuts, and I don't even have any hair, and I cut my own hair. I've been complaining about it because hair cut in the last couple of years have been stuck around 70 baht. Now, they don't go up to, say, 80 baht or 90 baht. No, they go up to 100, 140, 150. I don't get it. Additional options include the Diamond Card, 15 years for 2.5 million baht. Now that's 15 years. Okay, I think they used to have 10 year. Oh, wait a minute. And the Platinum Card. I don't understand this. 15 years for 2.5. Okay. It used to be the 20 million. So they don't have the 20 year now. 15 years is 2.5 million baht. It used to be 20 years for 2 million baht. And the Platinum Card, 10 years for 1.5 million baht. It used to be a million baht, or maybe 800,000. The highlight of the revamp is a new loyalty scheme and privilege. Scheme is what it is. That vary according to the tier, allowing members to redeem benefits through more than 100 partner programs across Thailand. Listen, to these people who have this kind of money, or they just want to piss the money away, they want to put their money into this, good for them. But I don't see the benefits aside from, oh, you don't have to, you can go through the airport, you don't have to, you have your own line, you get picked up at the airport. Oh, that's nice. But you know what? If I really wanted, I could pay 1,000 baht and get myself a limo to come pick me up from the airport. And as far as going through, I bet you there's something I can do to get through easier. And sometimes, I have not been through immigration in Suvarnabhumi where it's taken me more than about 20 minutes to get through. So I don't know, you know, how much faster you're going to get through. Previously known for signature perks like airport fast track services and golf packages, the new scheme greatly expands on these offerings, and of course they don't tell you how they expand. Current Thailand Elite packages can be applied for until September 15th. They will be discontinued and replaced with new packages on October 1, 2023. Now, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm never gonna get this. I don't want it. And if it comes down to it, I would leave before I get this because I don't want to piss that money away. Even if I had, you know, $1 million sitting in the bank or $2 million sitting in the bank, I probably wouldn't pay the money to stay for 15 years. It just, I don't know. Or maybe I would, you know. It doesn't matter because I don't have it right now. So, okay, now, should Pattaya stay open 24/7? That's the big question. And I just took a couple of questions and a couple of answers. This is the question: should Pattaya stay open 24/7? And I'm going to read a couple of the comments that were left. I got 3 comments here. One comes in from Ryan. I think there should be a 9 or 10 o'clock cutoff and focus on true family-friendly tourism and Islamic tourism. Banning alcohol, cannabis, and cracking down on sex workers is the right way to go. Bulldoze all the bars, clubs, karaoke's, and weed shops and replace them with high market retail and trendy cafes. I can't tell if this guy trying to be a smartass or what he's trying to do, but I don't agree with this. And if they really want to do that, okay, say goodbye to their money. I don't know. They're going to try to make themselves a Dubai. I don't get it. Franco B says, I agree with 24 openings, so it wouldn't change much for public order and safety. Homicides and serious crimes also take place in broad daylight, as we have seen. Okay. All right, let me read some of this here. What is this? Old people, sick people get pardoned. Screw his conviction. How many others abuse power? They let him run away like the, Red Bull guy. Yo, good morning. I have the APEC business card. I haven't waited in any immigration line in Asia for many, many years. Okay, now, Scott, not me, he goes ahead and says, personally, I'm not a fan of the idea. Many bars are close to residential areas and are noisy. It is good that these areas go quiet at a particular time. Later closing times simply mean people will go out later. I don't know if that's true. People will just go out longer. With such low footfall in most bars right now, this will just spread the drinking over a longer period. Okay, maybe. Further diluting numbers, killing the atmosphere. I don't agree. I don't think it was going to kill the atmosphere to stay open a little bit later. If you remember when the bars used to be open till 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock, around 4 o'clock things were pretty tame, and there was only the people who had been out all night and some of the losers that just were roaming around looking for the dregs of society. But more than that, I don't see that it's going to make things any better. I personally think if they want to do it 24/7, let them do it. Why not? And then see what happens. They can always turn it back. You know, I mean, they're going to need more girls if it's 24/7. Let's see here. Bars must save on paying off the authorities, but will have to employ more staff to stay open. That's true. Plus more noise from drunken behavior during antisocial hours and more incidents due to drunken behavior at busier times of the day. Why fix something when it ain't broke? I don't know that it ain't broke, but okay, I would say, what's the matter with 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock? Why do you have to stay open 24 hours? Who's going to be drinking at 6 o'clock in the morning? Who wants to go out at 6 o'clock? Let's go out and grab a couple of girls at 6 a.m. Very few people are going to do that. All right, we got one more piece of news here. And good morning, Andy. And that has to do with the Chinese tourists. Chinese tourists. The shifting behavior of Chinese visitors is evident, with a growing preference for independent travel over group tours. Nonetheless, group tours still constitute a considerable 40% of the total Chinese visitors. So tour groups make up 40%. Despite this, Pattaya has witnessed a noticeable decline in Chinese tourist arrivals, which has left a mark on hotel occupancy rates. Now, I'll tell you something. I've been in a few places where there's tourists lately, and there's a lot of Chinese and a lot of Koreans. Recent tourism trends in Thailand suggest encouraging growth with a steady stream of foreign visitors. Notably, Vietnamese tourists have spearheaded. I have seen Vietnamese. Remember when I went to, what was the name of that place? It was the boat that was a temple, Yanawa. What? Yanawa. That place was a boat that was supposed to be a temple, and maybe it was a long time ago, but all it is now is a tourist trap, and there was just Vietnamese lined up. There were just busloads of Vietnamese and Chinese, and all they were doing was getting coconuts that were overpriced. They were, 80 baht for a coconut. Just ridiculous. My coconut girl charges 30 baht. Notably, Vietnamese tourists have spearheaded this trend, contributing to a 14.4% increase, followed by South Korean and Indian tourists at 9.27 and 7.17 respectively. These statistics bode well for the remainder of 2023, hinting at a robust visitor turnout primarily from the ASEAN, East Asian, and South Asian regions. So there you have it. Different people are coming in. There's not as many Chinese, but there is an increase in Indians and also Vietnamese and South Koreans. So, and actually, I have a video coming up on Saturday where I'm asking what is the name of the street, and there is no name on the street. They don't have it. It's in Kosamet, and they don't really have a name on the street. So I'm asking this guy in the middle of the street, I'm saying, hey, Khun Kap. And he looks at me and I'm like, hey, and I ask him in Thai, what's the name of the street? He just looks at me. And I said, you American? What are you? And he goes, oh, Korean. I said, oh, okay, never mind. Sorry. He was standing there with no shirt on. I thought, well, this can't be a tourist. But he was a tourist, so. Anyway, today we are here with Mr. Tom.
Whoa.
Yes, Mr. Tom. The one and only Mr. Tom. There he is. Also known as the uni-brow.
Okay.
He's not laughing.
Is it straight now?
Back up a little bit.
Back up a little.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
There he is, the
You're so far
uni-brow.
away. I miss you so much.
Okay, yeah, you missed me. All right, that's not what we're here to talk about today. Can you hear him all right? Can you hear Mr. Tom okay? Because there he is, live and alive.
Live and well.
So, I decided to do this stream. No,
Can't hear me. I'm not
you
talking.
can't hear him? Well, speak up a little bit there, Tom.
All right, let's do that. Is that any better?
It's a little quiet. How about now?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me
There
now?
you go.
Can
Testing,
you hear me
test.
now?
All right,
Can
all
you
right,
hear me
all
now?
right, all right. Enough. Fuck. Drive me fucking crazy.
Can you hear me now?
Anyway, we're here to talk about Social Security. Social Security, and the reason we're talking, no, we're not going to sit side by side. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I don't like Tom that much. No offense.
None taken.
It's pointing at him, speak as bold as those brows.
Yes. Actually, the audio white noise fan in the background is coming from the same direction.
Yeah, I know. They got the
So
they
mic
got the
is pointing
fan
that
on.
way too. Okay.
Anyway, we're here to talk about Social Security. So tell me about it, Tom, because you just applied for Social Security.
Well, originally I wasn't going to apply until I was 70.
Ooh, it's a long time.
Yeah, 67 or 70, and I was stubborn. I was, I was being me.
Right.
And I talked to a buddy, and now a lot of you like Thailand. That's why you're here with my buddy Scott. Well, I've got a British friend. He's lived here as long as I have, which is 22 years.
I thought it was 20 years.
2022 was my first time ever. Yeah, 21. Anyway, he built up a very big business. He and his wife owned a event organizing business, and it was worth about $1 million, 30 million baht. They had a lot of big business, and then the king passed away, and all events were canceled, so his business died. And then COVID hit, and all his business died again.
Speak into the microphone, please. There you go.
Hey, we got it. And so anyway,
Just put it in your pocket or whatever, like clip it to your pocket. There you go. Now you should be able to hear
You should be
him.
able to hear me. So since COVID, he's had a hard time recovering, and nothing has worked. And most recently, he tried to do some marijuana stuff, and he and his wife were.
Oh, that guy.
They were licensed to build a marijuana house, and all the partners pulled out of that because of the changing influx Thai laws around marijuana. They lost 25 million baht, and now he's broke. I mean, literally broke. His electricity is turned off, his phones are turned off, his water's turned off. He's taking a shower in the pond.
Okay, so why did you get to the Social Security?
I realized, what the fuck, why am I putting off my Social Security when I don't want to get into that kind of a situation? It hit me.
Yeah.
Why am I being so stubborn? So I went to create a website, my account on socialsecurity.gov. Had a little hiccup there. It turns out that 3 years ago, for Florida CARES Act unemployment benefits, which I qualified for, I had to create an identification account on a website called id.me.
Okay.
And in doing so, I had to, they do things like take a picture, have a video conference with an agent and show your ID, show your Social Security
See,
card.
I never had to do this shit.
I know, it's something new. They're trying to crack down on ID scams, on ID theft. Anyway, it all worked out. I had the account. The CARES program expired. Everything's okay. Well, then I tried to create a new account on socialsecurity.gov.
Right.
I went through all the process, and in the I noticed that there was a place to just log in with id.me, and I said, well, I don't care to use that to identify let me create a new account on socialsecurity.gov. I went through the whole process. Everything seemed okay. I then had to put in my Social Security number, and lo and behold, it says, nope, we can't create the account for you. So sitting here in Thailand, I got on Skype. I used the toll-free number in the US, and I called the Social Security Help Center, which was the right time shift.
Right. It's the website is not open full time.
Yeah, and their toll-free agent help number is not open all the time. It's only open when the website's open.
Right.
So anyway, I waited, and the lady was very nice. She came on. We had a good conversation. And my Skype account, I set up my Skype account to show my U.S. mobile telephone number caller ID. So she thought I was sitting in Florida.
Okay.
which is fine. And
Which doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that's how I
Right.
set things up.
Okay. Let's just be clear about
It
that.
doesn't-
Doesn't matter
you can-
where you're calling from
that's
if
right.
you're an American.
That's right. You can't. The nice thing is, though, Skype allows me to call from Thailand to a toll-free number of the States for free. So all that waiting time was free. But while I was waiting for her, I had this epiphany idea. I said, what if I try to use my ID.me account to try to log in to the Social Security.gov? I already have the ID.me account. And again, while I was waiting for the agent,
So this is because you were not signed up to the website with with just a regular Social Security login information. You had not done that in the past.
I had never created a socialsecurity.gov account.
Right.
Right.
Which I have done many years ago.
Right. If you have a valid account, just double check and see that it's valid, okay? But I had to go through the process, and the process was I had to create an account, and one of the two possible accounts you can have is one is, I think it's login.gov, or the other one is id.me. And the id.me account got me into the Social Security with my account information. Wow. And so I finally got through to the agent, and I said, I think I solved the problem. I told her what I did, and she said, wow, the id.me option is only valid this year. We don't have much experience with it. I didn't know that was the case, so thank you for telling me. So she wrote some notes to help other people if they have that problem.
Okay.
Anyway, I got the account. When I got the account, it shows a nice little graph that says that I don't have any benefits activated, that if I turn on my retirement now, it'll be roughly, I don't know, $1,500 a month. If I wait 7 years until I'm 70, it'll go up to about $2,300 a month.
But you're not waiting.
And I thought about
You don't want to wait.
what's the cash flow benefit here?
Well, you figure it out.
Yeah, you just calculate it out. It turns out for me, with my numbers, and my numbers are pure Social Security, no supplemental retirement from anywhere else, no other retirement, because those kind of benefits from other retirement systems will offset your Social Security.
It depends on how much you're earning.
It depends on a lot of things. I mean,
I'm going to go over that in a few minutes.
It's complicated.
It's not that complicated.
My numbers.
It's about how much you earn, and there is a limit to how much you can earn before they start taxing you on that revenue. That's what it comes out to. It doesn't matter where you're getting it from. It's how much you earn total for the year.
In my application process. Anyway, so I calculated the benefit. It turns out that I'd have to live until 81 years old in order to break even with the higher amount. So if I turn it on now and continuously get the $1,500 a month, right? I have to live until I'm 81, 82 years old until the delayed benefits would catch up to what I would have gotten through. So I said, I'm not waiting, I'm doing it now.
Okay.
The application process was pretty simple, straightforward. It verified all of the information I expected. They asked for some other information.
Like what?
For example, they asked if I was receiving any retirement benefits from any other sources.
Okay, that's other income, yeah.
And they extended that to include, and they broke that down into things to include, are you receiving Social Security from a foreign government? Are you receiving retirement benefits from another company or a retirement benefit that was not reported through the Social Security system? And I answered this question all truthfully, so there's nothing else in there. And so those were my numbers based on pure Social Security benefit.
Now, Bruce is saying, oh, there's COLA on your benefits. The thing with the COLA is that they look every year to see how much the cost of living adjustment will be. Last year it was 8.7%. This year it's estimated to be between 2.7 and 3.0. And the year after that, 2024, they're saying it might be as low as 2%. But you still get that on your benefit, whatever your benefit is. That's what you'll get.
It's a net wash.
Or whatever.
If I get the $1,500 a month, there will be a COLA adjustment. If I were to wait until 70 and get the $2,500 a month, there would be a COLA adjustment. The two negate each other as far as the differential.
There's a COLA adjustment for no matter what you do, for no matter where you file. If you're 62 or 70, you get the COLA adjustment.
If I wait till 70 years old, will I get the COLA adjustment?
Yes.
If I do it now, will I get the COLA adjustment?
I understand, but here's the thing. Wait a minute. No, wait.
Differential equation, they cancel each
Jesus
other
fucking Christ. Wait a second. If you're getting 2,500, 3% of 2,500 is a hell of a lot more than 3% of 1,500.
Gotcha.
So you're going to get more money, and it's going to mean that you're going to get a lot more money on the long run, but you have to live longer, and that's the key.
I don't care to do.
All right, hang on one second. Daniel, 85% of Social Security benefits is taxable if you earn over, I think it's $22,000. You have to earn over $22,000 to be taxed. And then you start getting taxed, and they have a slidable scale on how much you get taxed.
I'll worry about taxes when taxes.
I'm just saying, this is something that people worry about.
I also read something on the website that before age 70 it's taxable, after age 70 none of it's taxable.
Right, exactly.
So
yes, that's true.
I'll worry about the taxes.
I have a lot
later.
of information here that I found yesterday that is very informative. But why did you decide to take your Social Security now? Just because of you want the money now, not later? Because
I want the money. I want to relax. I've been
struggling.
Struggling.
Been working
I've been
hard.
Working hard. I've been making money, and this just gives me a padding. It just gives me some security. It's good. It gives me a security.
Yeah.
I don't have to do that.
And so it's pretty easy though for you to apply and so far. So if somebody wants to apply, what would your suggestions be if they were going to apply?
Do the same. Same calculations.
I mean, well, the calculation is how much money are you leaving if you apply later versus sooner. And then you look at it and you see, where's it going to meet? How long am I? And also, you got to figure, how long am I going to live? And you never know. So
I'll worry about age 90 when age 90 comes.
Well,
I'll worry about age 65 when age 65
I understand that, but the trick in knowing when to file is, first of all, need. Do you need the money now? And second of all, when are you going to die? I mean, if you're going to die in a year, then you don't want to file 10 years from now. You can't do that. So, 62 and a half, I get my payment plus half payment from my Thai wife and another half payment from my 11-year-old son. So I lucked out and get $4K a month. Wow, that's great. Most people aren't living until 80s. Take it now. Well, I agree.
About your Thai wife, does she have a Social Security number in the States?
Yeah, I think, isn't your wife has a Social Security card there? They're all American citizens.
Got it.
Which does make a difference because, it does make a difference. Although, there are some hoops to jump through, but I don't want to get into those because it's very complicated.
Well, let me give you my
at this point.
I'm registered to my Thai wife here in Thailand. My wife does not have a U.S. Social Security number.
And she needs to be in the United States for a set period of time in order to collect any Social Security.
That I don't know. That may be true. But
it is true.
But at the very least, she would have to jump through the hoops and register herself and get a Social Security number.
And for a
we
child,
just don't want to do that.
for a child, they have to be under 18. Once they're over 18, you don't.
There's some equation about going to school and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But no, my Thai wife is Thai. She has no Social Security number. She has no connection to the States other than her tourist passport, which has nothing to do with me. So, that's not part of the equation for our lifestyle.
Okay. So, there are some questions about Social Security that a lot of people have. Like, there's 10 questions that generally are asked, and some people don't even know when you can start to collect, which is 62.
Right.
You can wait up to 70. 67 is full retirement. Okay,
right.
That is, and it varies depending on. It depends on when the person was born. So if you were born in, I think it's before 1945 or something like that, then your retirement age is 66. For me, 1962, it's 67. What's past that anyway?
Okay, yeah. On this chart, they said age 67 under current rules.
Right.
That apply to me is what they call full benefits. Age 70 would have been delayed benefits.
Right.
And it keeps going up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is some people can get it at 66, depending on how old they are.
But the amount caps off at the delayed benefit amount. It does not keep going up after that.
Of course, yes. That's so it doesn't pay to wait past 70.
No.
You know.
The other complication in my personal case, I do have a government retirement account under the Federal Employees Retirement, FERS, Federal Employees Retirement System. When I kick that in, and I have to look at the rules on when, I think I have to wait another year or two to kick that in, that payment will be my primary retirement account, and my Social Security will be cut back according to how much I receive from that.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It depends. How much do you think you're going to earn from that?
I don't know.
If you're going to earn $200, it's not going to affect it. If you're going to earn $500, it won't affect it.
Let me give you an example. My mother is a CIA retiree. She spent a 25, 30-year career in inputting money into the Social Security system.
It's going to be a lot more
and into her benefits. Her FERS, the Federal Employees Retirement System, retirement annuity is significant. I won't tell you how much. Her Social Security benefit is $600 a month.
That's because they cut it because it's over the 22 or 24,000, whatever it is.
They cut it because her other retirement benefits exceed whatever the limits are.
It's 22,000. It starts at 22,000.
Okay.
That's what it starts at.
Yeah.
And it goes up. I think that I can't remember exactly, but it's 25,000. And after that, they start taxing you at 85%. If you're over 70, then they don't tax you.
Right.
How are Social Security benefits calculated? What factors? Basically, it's on your earning history with adjustments for the age you start and number of credits you earned. You gotta work in a 10-year period. What is the? Let me see here if I have it. For a 10-year period. Let's see here. What is this? Two different things. Blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing about it being taxable. 10 years, blah, 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 outside of the country. Okay, here we go. So, benefits. You must earn at least 40 Social Security credits to qualify for Social Security benefits. You earn credits when you work and pay Social Security taxes. Let me just do this here. I don't know what a superannuation fund is. I don't know what that is either. The number of credits does not affect the amount of benefits you receive. No, the number of credits doesn't, but how much you earn does. We use the number of credits you've earned to determine the eligibility for retirement or disability benefits, Medicare, and your family's eligibility for survivor benefits when you die. We cannot pay benefits to you if you don't have enough credits. You're supposed to work in a 10-year period. You need to get at least 40 credits. That's how they determine. And that's how come I'm getting it. Because I worked for I don't know how many years where I got money. I think it was 18 years or something like that. So in a 10-year period, I earned 4 credits each year, approximately each year or more. The amount of earnings it takes to earn a credit may change each year. In 2023, you earn 1 Social Security and 1 Medicare credit for every 1,640 in covered earnings each year. You must earn $6,560 to get the maximum 4 credits for the year. Medicare is a different story, and I'm not going to get into that because Social Security is, I've seen where people say, oh, it's so complex, and it is complex. However, for most people, it's fairly simple. 6.2 by employer and 6.2 by employee. Yep. And I know exactly how much I put into the system and exactly how much I'm going to get out, and I'm going to get out a hell of a lot more than I put in. That's good for me. So, they also have Superannuation is similar to, no, they don't do that here. So companies may, and disability insurance, Social Security disability is different from just straight Social Security. So that's something else we have to think about. Now, I've heard people say, well, you're outside of the United States, you can't collect Social Security. That's not true. However, there are some countries that they don't allow you to be a resident in and to collect Social Security, and I'm going to read those off real quick. And, you know, some of them are the standard, like Cuba, North Korea, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. So all the stands. The stands, if you are in the stands, they won't send you your Social Security. And the government has, it's called Totalization Agreements. And they have these agreements with different countries. They don't have it with Thailand. But you could still collect your money here. So, you know.
I remember when I filled in the application, you have to put in the bank routing number and the account number.
Uh-huh.
And one of the options was, do you want to send it to a domestic or an international bank? So you can send your Social Security benefit payment to a bank outside the USA. I don't know all the limits there. I didn't follow
Why
that
would you
path.
do that?
Oh, some people don't have any nexus to the USA. Some expats are truly expats. They live here. They don't have an account in the States.
Open a WISE account.
Well, they could, but 20
Yes.
years ago they couldn't. You know, things change.
They can now.
They can
Open a
now.
WISE account and just use your WISE account as the
Disbursement.
the
into that.
method of dispersing, and they will deposit the money into your WISE account, which it gets in very quickly, doesn't take very long, and then you can just transfer it right over to your bank in Thailand or wherever it may be, and it takes seconds. So that's great. What is this?
If you're going to do that, I just went through that process also without completing it.
Uh-huh.
I've had a WISE account for many years, but in order to activate the direct deposit option to have money directly deposited into your WISE account, you have to have a cash balance of $20.
Wait. Say that again?
Let me finish what I'm saying. You're cutting me off.
I didn't cut you off. I'm just saying, tell me what you said. I didn't hear you. Jesus Christ.
I said you have to have a cash deposit of a cash balance of $20 in the WISE account, and then the WISE account staff will call you on the telephone to verify who you are and look at your Social Security card, okay? And then you can take the $20 out. But you have to go through this identification process.
Oh, well, I've done that long ago, so I don't.
If it was required long ago. I'm saying it's a requirement now. I didn't complete the process because I wasn't ready to do all that
Are
crap.
you ready now?
Oh, I can be. I just, you know, I've already got the Social Security application set up to deposit money directly into my U.S. bank account. I can't change the application until it's approved. So at the time it's approved, I will go through the WISE process to change the WISE, but I don't have any motivation to complete the process right now. Because I'm lazy.
Well, you shouldn't be.
I'll do it.
No, really. Yeah, you should do it before, so that you have it already set up, so that when the money comes, it's going to go straight in there.
I can't change anything until the first money is deposited anyway.
Change what?
I can't change my direct deposit options in the Social Security
Oh,
account
well, yeah, you didn't.
until the application is
Yeah,
approved.
well, you should have had it set up before, but
I didn't.
You didn't listen to me.
I didn't. And
There are sometimes you should listen to Scotty. WISE is a game changer. It's fantastic.
I looked at the WISE account, and it is much less expensive than PayPal.
Oh, it's much less than PayPal, and
it's
it's much
faster.
easier.
It's faster.
And it's like a full-on bank, where PayPal has still got their little rules and regulations and buyers and senders. This they're not the same as PayPal. They're not for vendors and stuff like that. I mean, you can use it for that,
Yeah.
but generally it's used just to transfer money, which is what I think is great. If Social Security knows you live out the U.S., they will periodically send you a letter to see if you're still alive. If you fail to get the letter, they stop payment and you have to go to the embassy. Well, that's good to know. I like the WISE account idea. Tom is correct. Carnivore, isn't that letter also sent to the online Social Security portal? It is, and you can elect to not have physical mail sent to you. You can have your mail sent to your email box with Social Security. So as long as you have your Social Security account and check it every once in a while, you'll make sure that you always are notified. So you won't have that problem. So this is the thing, you know.
By the way, the U.S. Embassy in Thailand no longer maintains a Social Security representative.
Okay.
About 5 years ago, maybe more, I received a notice through the embassy system that the Social Security Retirement Office benefits office here in Thailand was being closed, and they were moving that responsibility to the Philippines. So, if you want to converse with
wait a minute. You need a physical address in the U.S. to get your W-2. No, you don't. No, you don't need a physical address, because I don't have a physical address that I get a W-2 from. I get it online. I get all my W-2s online. So, you know, there you go. I wouldn't even worry about the W-2s, because you will get them. And if it's the Social Security Department, then you should have them send it to your email, because they do give you the option. They now give you that option. In fact, when I went in, there was just an update that said, do you elect out, opt out, or opt in, whatever you want to do. So I elected to get everything online, because I don't want it sent. I don't want to have to worry about everything getting sent and all that other stuff. It's a bunch of BS. You know, I don't want to have to worry about that stuff. So that's something to consider and be aware of, but I think you can get around that. What are spousal benefits and survivor benefits, and how do they work? Spousal benefits allow spouses to receive up to 50% of their partner's benefits. Survivor benefits are available to widows and widowers. Yeah, this is a whole nother subject, and you really got to look into it, because there are certain things, certain criteria you need to meet in order for your spouse to be able to get that money. How does this decision to start Social Security earlier, delay it, impact my overall retirement income, blah, 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 okay. Taxation. If I'm an expat living abroad, how can I receive Social Security benefits, and are there any unique considerations for me? You can usually receive benefits abroad, but totalization agreements and tax implications may apply, especially if you're getting some kind of retirement fund from, say, Thailand. The Thai government is giving you one. Actually, my buddy gets let me see here. He actually gets a retirement. He gets retirement money from the Thai government, because he worked for long enough here, and now he lives in Cambodia. He has to come back once a year to collect the money, but he wants to do it because I think it's something like 3,000 or 4,000 baht a month. So he comes back and collects it. So he may have to report that income to the U.S. when he's doing Social Security.
In my application process, there was an option to check for that.
Oh, really?
Are you qualified to receive retirement benefits from a foreign government? Was one of the options.
Yeah. Okay, totalization agreements. All right, we already kind of talked about that. That's neither here nor there at this point. Very interesting. Payments while you are outside the United States. For most people, if you're outside the U.S. and you're not in one of those 10 countries, it's just a matter of getting your money. And it could be through a WISE account. It could be, there's various ways you can do it. You can do it through a Thai bank. I'm not sure if they charge you for it at this point, but like Bangkok Bank used to have a bank in New York, and people used to get their money transferred to New York, and then from there they would transfer it over to Thailand. So now you don't really need to do that. So that's something to be aware of. You don't have to do that, and that's Wise, Revolut. There are different companies. Revolut is another one. I used to have them, and then they stopped allowing the United States. They were not allowed to use the U.S. as a country like they used to. You know, where you can put money on and you can load your card and all that kind of stuff. And so they stopped. So I said, okay, well, I'm not going to use them anymore. Then Wise came about, and I started using Wise, and I never went back to Revolut. And they're about the same, you know, they have all the same kind of things.
Wise offers a debit card now too.
They do, but not in Thailand.
No, you have to have a U.S. account, but you can use it in
You have to have
Thailand.
a U.S. account. And that was something that I was going to do when I went back to the U.S. I was going to change my account from a Thai account to a U.S. account so I could get that ATM card. And I just went, you know what? I've got a million ATM cards. I've got too many ATM cards. I got too many bank cards. I got too many accounts. So it was like, do I really need another one? And I don't. So I didn't. But maybe in the future I will consolidate and I will do everything through that bank. So there you go.
Just an update on PayPal, by the way.
Okay.
When I ran my business, I had a business account on PayPal to take all my sales income from my sales stuff.
Uh-huh.
Years ago, they started a process, or started a feature of PayPal where I could get a PayPal business debit card. Since then, on U.S. accounts only. Since then, they expanded that to personal PayPal accounts have personal debit cards. But up until a few months ago, if I there's effectively overdraft protection. If my PayPal account did not have the right money in it, they automatically pulled that amount of money out of my bank account that was connected to the PayPal account.
Okay.
They discontinued that transparency. That is no longer available. So
I wonder why.
You have to intentionally charge your PayPal account from your bank account, which is free, but you have to wait a few days. And then the money is available for your debit card. So just if you were using that feature, it's just no longer available. I don't know why. They just said they announced it. That's all.
While you're still in the U.S., open a Schwab account. I already have a Schwab account. You can actively trade while overseas and use a debit card that removes most fees and charges. I use a family address. I have 2 bank accounts right now, and I don't need more. I have a Charles Schwab account, but I don't really use it. Hang on a second here. Oops. Yeah, I do have a Charles Schwab account. I don't get charged to make withdrawals by my bank. I don't get charged for any of that stuff. And if I want, I can trade. I can do whatever I want. So I can do pretty much the same thing with Truist. You can do the same thing, which is great. May have to report it. They want you to report if you shit out a penny. Yeah, that's true. I have to ask around to see if W-2 can be received via portal. That would be handy. I get my W-2 from Google. I get it from Patreon. I used to get it from PayPal. I get every W-2 that I need. I get through a portal. Social Security will deposit your money into a Chase debit card account. Overseas withdrawal fees apply. Again, why would you pay for overseas fees when you don't have to? And that is what Wise and Revolut, that's where they come in. If you're using a Wise account, they deposit right into your U.S. bank account. You can have a U.S. bank account, you can have whatever you want, but we're talking about the U.S. right now. You could get the money transferred into your U.S. account in Wise and transfer right to your bank in Thailand, and they charge a nominal fee, and I mean it is not much at all. It's only it depends on how much, but let's say it's $1,000, it might be $9 or something like that, $8.
It's a fraction of a percent.
Yeah, it's not very much. Okay. So I don't know why you would want to pay overseas fees. That for me, that's I established my account in the States at Wells Fargo before I flew to the Philippines. Okay, well, yeah, nowadays it's very difficult to open up a bank while you're in Thailand that's a U.S. bank. They want you to be there, they want you to show papers, they want you to do everything. What's all the noise now?
PA system.
All of a sudden you got all this noise here.
It's almost 10 o'clock.
Oh.
We're preparing to open.
Well, they're supposed to open at 10:30. What are the Thai ATM fees now? Well, I don't have any, but they're 220 baht, which is a bit outrageous.
ATM fee for what? For withdrawing
When you make a
money from the
withdrawal.
States?
Yeah.
Okay. Domestically, there's nothing.
Well, there are. It depends on where you are.
My bank is nothing.
I understand that, but some banks do charge if you're withdrawing here from an account that is in another
sure.
province, they're going to charge you for it.
Cross-provincial, there are charges, yeah. And if I use my U.S. debit card in Thailand, they charge 220 baht.
Well, yeah, I don't pay for those fees and you should try to get a bank account that will not charge you. I don't pay any fees when I take money out, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. How often do you have to renew your visa? We're not talking about visas, but once a year. It's very easy. So yeah, that's the deal with Social Security. What is the deal with Social Security? And who are the people that are giving you this money?
We, the people, are giving you that money.
Well, the money does come from what you put in. It's supposed to, but it doesn't add up the way that it's supposed to, and that's why they're having problems. That, and they spend too much money on things that they shouldn't spend money on. So hopefully, Social Security will not stop anytime soon. I don't think it will. What Thai bank debit card can be used anywhere in Thailand without a withdrawal fee? Oh, I don't know. I think I don't get charged most of the time for most of my cards, but once in a while I get charged the cross-provincial fees, and they're not very much. It's just like 20 baht or something.
I haven't done. I've used my Khun debit card up in my wife's province. 8-hour drive to the north. I never get charged the withdrawal fee.
Right.
I never get.
So there you go. Some banks will charge and some won't. Which.
And also the banks offer different levels of debit cards.
I don't know about that, but I don't pay for the insurance and all that other shit.
Right.
I get the basic card, and that's enough
One
for me.
card may cost you 200 baht a year, the other may be 300 baht a year, 500 baht a year. Look, you have to, and it's difficult to talk to the bank representatives because they typically don't speak English. So
I don't care about that, but the thing is with the banks is that they use those cards just like, say, True or AIS with all their programs. They have so many programs that you don't even know which one is the best one, and you ask them to tell you the best one, and they don't tell you the best one. They tell you the one that they want you to get.
The best one for them that makes them the most commission.
That's what they tell you. The best thing we did was to open a bank account in Thailand, no more withdrawal fees, and pay using QR scan. Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, what do I got? I got UOB, Kasi Korn, TMB, Bangkok Bank. I have 3 accounts. Siam Commercial. So I have 7 accounts. And probably one of them has money in it. 1 or 2 of them. The rest of them, might have a couple hundred baht in it. That's about it. Yeah, listen, Thailand has their act together when it comes to their money. They don't play when it comes to their money. Most of the taxi drivers, but some of the motorcycle, I would say probably 90% of motorcycle drivers, you go on a motorcycle and you just go scan, he goes, okay, he'll whip out a little laminated card and you just scan the card. Sometimes you have to do prompt pay or something like that, but they got their act together. They really got it together.
That QR code system in Thailand was developed by the government. So it's an infrastructure thing provided by the government between the banks.
Oh, really?
It's not bank by bank. It is Thai government sponsored.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like the Treasury Department prints currency. I mean, I don't know who does that QR code system. I remember, 15 years ago, I was involved with some of the people that were in the IT business that were actually helping develop that system. So, yeah, it's a government-sponsored system.
Can't wait to go through opening a Thai account. Sorry, cannot. Okay, you can. No, yes. Well, it's not really, I don't know. You know, if you go to Bangkok Bank and you have like proof of your address from the embassy, you have a notarized paper, they will let you open an account up. And then once you do that, you go, well, Bangkok Bank let me open the account up, and some of them will go, oh, well, okay. And Bangkok Bank I went with Bob in Pattaya to open a bank account there. And they told me, oh, no, you cannot do it. You have 2 accounts already. I went to another one. Oh, no, you can't do it here. I go, somebody just told me this is the bank that I could do it. And they said, oh, no, you can't. I said, fine, okay, I'll go to the other one that they told me about. I went to the other one. The girl goes, oh, yeah, no problem. So she just opened it up for me. And it was very, very simple. Bangkok Bank, the app, is so user-friendly. We pay all our... Well, listen, Dowlo, they do that with every app. Every single bank allows you to pay your utilities with it. And Line, if you know anything about Line, you can pay your utilities with Line. So, you know, foreign currency bank account is an option too in Thailand. I would say it is no longer a necessary option, because with something like Revolut or Wise, which I use a lot more now, you can have multiple currency accounts. You can have a U.S. dollar account, you can have Thai, you can have Singapore, you can have Hong Kong, you can have whatever you want. You just have the money to put it in. That's all. So you really don't need to have other banks, and this is, I think, the way of the future. What are you looking at over there?
Cool.
Oh. I don't know.
Cool, sir.
Yeah, there's some barista running around here. I've got to get with Line. I only use it for phone calls. Yeah, you're missing out, buddy. I forget who it was I think it was Bruce, that I was talking to him about it. And I said, you hook Line up. You can get your BTS hooked up there. You can use it to pay your utility bills. You can use it to pay all kinds of things. You can use it to send money. You can use it to put money on your phone if you have a prepaid account. You can use it to pay your bill at the end of the month if you have a postpaid account, so it's great. Line gives me all my KT Bank transactions where KT app stops working now that I got a new cell phone. See, Line is a great app. I really like it.
They discontinued their line to phone.
Line to phone?
If you want to call a regular telephone number, they used to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They discontinued it.
Oh, really? Well, that's all right. I don't need them.
Yeah, I use Skype for that.
I use Magic Jack, and it's completely free to wherever I call in North America. Yeah.
Wow. I use Skype.
You use Skype, but with Skype you get caller to caller for free.
Right.
And when you call somebody, you have to pay.
That's right. And 15 years ago, I deposited $25 to
and you still have it?
I still have $6 left. So, who's complaining here about the price?
Really, it's so much better. I will say that the technology now is so much better than it used to be, and I couldn't live here without the technology now.
I have 2 Skype accounts.
Oh, you do? So do I.
One Skype.
And I don't use either of them anymore.
One Skype account was grandfathered in when Skype acquired the Hotmail.com. So I had a Hotmail.com account. It became a Microsoft account, which becomes Skype. My other Skype account, my original Skype account, I started it 20 years. I had just noticed Skype is celebrating 20 years. Okay, so in 2003, I got my first Skype account. I was one of the first 1,000 users of Skype. And that account, I've never changed any of the profile configuration information, but I still use it.
Yeah, honestly, I think Skype is a little behind the times. And like Daniel was saying, have Magic Jack for 10 years, works perfect from any phone in Thailand. Yeah, and I use it. I talk to my parents every week, a couple times a week. I talk to other people in the United States, and they're all free. Every call is free.
Yeah.
It cost me about how much a month? I don't know. It's like $39 a year or something like that, and that's
Oh,
what
you
I
have to
pay.
pay. Okay.
You pay one
A
fee
subscription.
per year, and then it's free.
Skype has that same option. You can have a subscription.
All my long distance calls will be made from Muban Village.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I use Wi-Fi calling with T-Mobile back to U.S. No charge, acts like a local call.
Yep. Me too. I use T-Mobile Wi-Fi calling the same way. It does.
Okay.
It does debit the T-Mobile balance, whatever that is, on your package. It does. It does debit the package.
So you have to have a package in the
You have to have a
U.S.
T-Mobile package in the States. Yeah.
I don't want that.
Mine cost me $3 a month.
You know,
They don't offer that service anymore. So
I
keep
was
it.
talking to the guy. I got this video coming up tomorrow, and I'm talking to him, and I said, he was a Thai who had been living in the United States with his family. He's married to an American woman. Now he lives in Thailand. They separated, divorced, whatever, and they're friends, and everything's good. And he's got a couple of daughters and all this other stuff. He's talking about living in Koh Samet because he loves it, and I'm saying, how is it in the U.S.? I'm like, I haven't been there in 30 years. I don't know some of these things. I wouldn't know, how do I go about getting, I know I can figure it out, but like, I wouldn't know, how am I going to go and get myself a T-Mobile number? What am I going to do? How am I going to do all this stuff? I have no idea. No, I'm clueless. I got everything set up here. I live here.
I understand.
I don't live back there, and that's why I don't have a T-Mobile or any of the other kind of stuff, because I like the way that I got it set up now. It's pretty good. So, all right. So, what else do you have to say about Social Security?
Oh, just right now I'm in a holding mode to see if I get what I applied for.
Well, why wouldn't you?
No reason I wouldn't. No reason.
You're just going through the process.
I mean, all their questions in the application process look like they're trying to prevent double IDs and double fraud or fraud or whatever. But I mean, one of the questions was, have you ever used any other names? Right? I guess that would be a valid question for a woman who changed from a maiden name to a married name, that kind of stuff.
Or maybe because your name in America was Tom Jones and you changed it. I don't know.
Yeah, I legally changed it, but they do that. They're valid questions, and all mine were the simplest of answers, so I don't expect any problems.
Well, that's good. So, did they give you a lead time,
No,
an approximation
when I
of
filled out
when you
the
will
application, they didn't.
get your money?
I did receive an email confirmation that they received my application, and that email confirmation said that they would be in communication with me within 30 days to tell me I was either approved or asking for more information. So they promised in the letter, email letter,
So a month. You should know something
I
in a month.
should know something in a month. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
We'll see.
And the thing is especially if you are, you're not in a big hurry. You're not like, oh my God, I have no money. I have to get some money. Then, you just wait your time.
I've already thrown out 14, 15 months in the trash too, because I didn't apply back in when I was 62.
What is this? They call on their time zone EST. I don't know what that means.
The letter also said that a Social Security representative might call me to verify some of the information.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's all right.
that's fine.
They're usually cool. Those people are pretty cool.
My T-Mobile number is turned on here in Thailand. It's on roaming. I can receive a roaming call from them. No big deal.
Oh, you know what? I have to ask this question here of Daniel to see if he does. But Daniel, do you have a phone number associated with your Magic Jack, because I have a phone number in Florida, and I almost never use it. I use it for people that I need them to call me or whatever, and they don't want to call long distance. And sometimes my parents will call me or my sister or something, but they almost never do. So I have this number that basically it's just used for emergencies, and it's used like with the banks in the U.S. or something like that. I strongly advise everyone to use your birth certificate name on all bank accounts and passport. I don't know who would use anything different than that. I don't think if your name is Joseph that you would put Joe on your bank account. I mean, that's just kind of stupid. The next step is Medicare enrollment at 65. Part A is mandatory. Part B, yes or no. I think if you are this is another subject altogether, but I think there is a way to get out of Medicare A if you are a full-time expat. There is a way to get out of A and B, and then also with D. You don't have to pay anything, because I don't want them taking money out of my Social Security to pay for my Medicare when I'm not in the United States, because I can't use it here.
That was one of my. That was one of the things I looked on the application. It's not there. So once I'm approved, I will go back and verify that kind of information to see if it's something I can configure.
Yes, my landline from Santa Monica is my Magic Jack. Okay, it's not a landline. It's just a number, right? I use R.L. Peters.
A landline is an old-fashioned term which means hardwired.
No, I know. It means it's like a hardwired phone in your house.
The old-fashioned Ma Bell telephone.
Well, we still have one. My mother still has one in the States, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, some people want it.
My mom doesn't. It comes across cable.
Oh, really?
There's no twisted pair wire. Hers comes across.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I know that it is.
Yeah.
It's a line just for the house. Was my longtime wired phone has ported to. I don't understand what that means. Ported to Magic Jack. Don't you have to enroll in any Medicare, or does it automatically start? Well, it shouldn't automatically start, as I understand it. And if it does, you have to disenroll. And the reason is because I don't live in the United States. They cannot force you to pay. If you're going to get anything, it has to be the free service where you don't have to pay anything. And the same goes with the medicine, with the Part D, because why do I have to pay when they're not covering me here? It doesn't make sense. So
it's government.
No, there is a way around it, and you can get out of it. I just have to look into it a little bit.
We'll find out, because, as I said,
it's not automatic, but it can be. And for some people, it is automatic. I don't know why, but I didn't get into that.
I can talk to that. On the application form.
Stop moving this. Damn it.
On the application form that I just completed, there was a question that asked me, "Am I already receiving Medicare or Medicaid benefits?" The answer was no. That's the only place on the application form that talked about Medicare and Medicaid benefits.
No, there are not penalties. I'm sorry.
So, when I receive my approval,
Not true.
I will go and look into the configuration options to see if there's any way to disable Medicare. But there's no way for me to have access to that now.
If you don't pay your Medicare, return to the U.S. and re-enroll, Social Security increases the cost by 10% every year that you were not enrolled. Okay, well, it's not going to happen, because even if I go back in the United States, I'm not going to re-enroll. I'm not going to enroll to where I have to pay money. I'm not going to have to pay for that. Simple as that. There are penalties. There are penalties if you are enrolled. If you're not enrolled, you don't get charged the penalties. If you don't live in the country, you don't have to pay. There are ways around that, and that is something that I'm looking into, and I will figure out. I mean, I have a few years before I have to worry about it, but why on earth should I have to pay any money at all into the system when I'm not in the United States and they don't cover me? And that's the whole thing. I'm not using Medicare. VA is cheaper for me.
I can't speak to Medicare, but I do remember when the Obamacare was first initiated, and I was living in Thailand. Foreign residence was one of the exemptions from the required Obamacare coverage.
There's no penalties. There's
Nope.
no.
And there's no penalty for me.
There is penalties if you are supposed to be enrolled and you don't enroll. But I don't have to enroll if I don't want to.
As a foreign
Well,
resident, you
if
don't
I
have to
enroll, it's in the free service. That's the thing. I don't want to have to pay anything. I'm not paying anything. No, I don't want anything else. I'm good. Here we go. All this moving back and forth. The penalties, the penalties, apparent. There are penalties. But for me, I should be able to get out of it because I'm not a resident of the United States. I haven't been there for 30 days in any 365 day period in probably 30 years, 32 years, something like that. I don't know what it is. About 30 years. So they should not make me pay, and I should be able to get out of it. And I was talking to my mother about it, and we were talking about how to get out of it, and there are ways to where you don't have to pay. That's the only thing. I don't mind if I got to enroll and I don't have to pay, I'm fine. But I don't want them taking a couple $100 out a month for of my, say, Social Security or whatever it is, just so that I get Medicare when I don't live in the country. And I don't live in the country, so they shouldn't charge me. And I'm not just saying that, oh, well, they shouldn't do that because I'm idealistic. No, it's the way they have it set up. There are some, hang on a second, I'll look. Yeah, there's a form to decline. Yes, I'm glad VA Care exempted me from enrolling in the Affordable Care Act or whatever it's called. Yeah, but you're not even close to 65 right now. So that's something else to think about. Hang on a second. Okay, let's see here. If you have moved outside the United States permanently, you should decide whether to keep Medicare Parts A and B. Remember, you can have Medicare while you live abroad, but it will usually not cover the care you receive. Most people qualify for premium-free Part A, meaning you will pay nothing for coverage. So that's one thing. Let's see here. I live abroad, blah, blah, blah. What do I want Medicare for if I'm not living there? Makes no sense. Yeah, here it is here. For retired, and this is 6 years ago, for retired expats, the question remains, should I keep my, I think it's Medicare, let's see. Yeah, should I keep Medicare coverage or not? So this is a big question, but I am a permanent expat. I'm not a temporary expat.
You're not a tourist.
Yeah, I'm not a tourist.
You're not a vacation traveler.
Late enrollment. Yeah, it says here, dropping Medicare and its various premiums will save money, of course, but these savings need to be balanced against the cost of late enrollment penalties for Part B and D. Medicare should the person return to the U.S. and wish to sign up for Medicare again. If people decide to retain their Medicare, they should know that basic Medicare, including Medigap plans, will cover them right away should they return to the U.S. Okay. As long as I keep my insurance going, as long as I have money, and as long as I live here, no Medicare for Scotty. No thank you. And no, I dare say probably no Medicare for you. Well, yeah, he screwed his hand up because he was
stupid.
He was doing things with his left hand he shouldn't have been doing. He should have done it with his right, and
I used my
he
right
cut
hand
his left hand open. And how much did it cost you?
2 nights in the hospital, surgery, anesthesiologist, nurses, emergency room care. In
Just
total,
give me the price.
16,000 baht.
16,000 baht for surgery and 2 nights in the hotel, in the hospital. It's not too bad. That's really not too
That's
bad.
really cheap.
So there you go. You know, if you got insurance now, I don't know. You know, if I'm 80 years old, can I see myself going back and saying, well, I'm going to get my Medicare now and I'll be okay? And no, I don't see that. I don't have that foresight, and nor do I want it. No, not government hospital. You didn't go to government hospital. You went to a government hospital. You didn't go to a private hospital.
Private hospital would have been 250,000 baht.
Now, but you have insurance,
Yeah.
and it doesn't cover that.
Not all of that. It would have,
How much would it have covered?
60.
That's it?
That's it.
So you got low insurance.
I
Okay, well, there you go.
But the
He's got low insurance.
hospital I went to is the best care for that kind of surgery in the country. So why not go to the best doctors in the government?
No, I understand. Yeah, that's another thing. Do you really want to go to a government hospital here? Sometimes, you know, you go because you need to, because you're going to have to pay, and sometimes you want to go to a private hospital because you don't want to deal with it. You know, going into a government hospital. Whatever you do, don't fall out of a 4-story building while it's on fire. Yeah, you know. Mine was 150,000, and that was, I think it was.
That was your hip surgery?
Yeah, no. This is when I fell out of the 4th floor. I fell from the 4th floor, not balcony, but stairs, during a fire, when they gave me a rope and the rope broke. And I was in the hospital, and it was, I think it was 8 days. And it cost me 150,000 baht without insurance. 150 baht. What are you looking at? He's eyeballing some chick.
This girl's watching herself in her tablet.
That's what people do now. Don't you know that? People stare at themselves in the phone and make themselves look pretty and take 50 photos when they just turn their head a little bit. That's all they do. You know, get used to it. This is the modern era, which you know, I don't particularly like it, but that's the way it goes. Just do the toxin method to get medical treatment. That'll work, Bruce. Yeah, I'm sure that'll work really well. You know, with him, he probably just says the word and everything's taken care of. He gets taken care of, no problem. They put him wherever he wants to go. With somebody like me, they'd be like, where's your insurance card? You have money? You don't have money? Oh, you go government hospital. We send you there now. Oh, you're gonna die? Oh, too bad. Sorry. That's about how it works. They're dogs. I never want to go to the hospital again if I can, you know, refrain from doing that, because
They made Frank pay for his stay in the hospital before he died.
really.
Before they checked him in when he was in his last
So
couple weeks
our
of
buddy
life.
Frank,
Died of liver cancer.
he had liver
and
cancer,
metastasized all over his body.
and he was in bad shape, and he went in the hospital. When he went in the hospital, they made him pay for the stay before he died. So they made sure they got their money before he died. You know, you can say whatever you want, good business, whatever it is. And I was talking to my mother, and she was telling me how in the old folks home, what happens is, what they do is, if somebody's in the old folks home and they're paying, let's say that they're paying $20,000 a month. That's what it costs for them to be in the assisted living facility. And they're in there for 5 years. They live for 5 years. They rack up a bill, and let's say it's 240 times 5. That's 1.3 million, we'll say. So what the government does is, and I didn't know this, the government will, when they die, the government will look at their estate, go to their estate and say, you have a house that's worth $250,000. the government will take possession of the house and sell the house and apply that against the money that was used to pay for them to stay in the.
They put a lien on the
Yeah.
property that people
Well,
own.
not only that, they do it with just about everything. You know, and you know, the thing is usually they get a lot more care than what they can pay for, and that's the reason. You know, but I was surprised. I didn't know that they did that. Liver cancer is very high on the list, cause of death compared to other countries. I don't know why. We took the wife's sister to Ram Hospital today. Actually, that's where I was for the $150,000, but that was years ago. For some procedure, great service compared to Australian hospital. I think it cost $2,500. Well, that's pretty cheap even for there. Now the prices are nowhere. I remember I used to come in and go to a place and it'd be 500 baht. You'd get out of there, you'd be like, wow, I got an X-ray, I got this, I got that. It's 500 baht. Now that's not how it is. Now it's going to cost you 3,500. Thai hospitals were going to charge double the price for foreigners. Was that implemented? If yes, was that only applied to the private hospitals, or does it apply to the government hospitals? It's not double. That's not what they do. They don't charge double, but they can charge more. That is a law. They can charge more for foreigners. Hey guys, do me a favor. I know I gotta always gripe about this and harp on about this, but smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. I got 13 thumbs up, and I don't know how many people have been talking in the chat today. And I know there's been 35 or 32 people watching. So how come I only have 13 thumbs up? I have no idea. But smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the join, you know, or hit the Patreon patron. Go to my website at americaninbangkok.com. Go to, what is it? Cash App. What else is the other one? Buy me a coffee. There you go. So you see, I just asked you to smash the like button, and I gained an extra 5 thumbs up. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is. And let me tell you something about their pricing. I used to have a VIP card at Waitani Hospital. That VIP card was supposed to give me a 10% discount and give me the same pricing as Thais. They tried taking it away from me one year, and I complained and complained and complained. I just griped and groaned and said, no, I will never come here again. And they said, okay, shh. Don't say anything, can keep the VIP. The next year, they said, no, that's it, you're done. You can't have it anymore. So basically, I was out of luck. I didn't get the 10% anymore, and I didn't get the Thai pricing. And so and this is a few years ago, because I don't go there if I can help it. And when I needed my my hip work done, I called about 10 hospitals asking them their prices. And I always tell the story because it's true. And I called up Waitani and I said, you know, how much is it for a hip replacement? An anterior hip replacement. And they said it's 550,000 baht or something like that. I said, is this the Thai price? Oh, yes. It's the Thai price. Well, I hope he's okay. His name is Heinrich now. Hopefully the guy's okay and he's back here soon. But we'll see. But he changed his name again to Heinrich, so I don't know. I don't know why he's not in here. He hasn't been in here in a while, and hopefully he's okay. Anyway. Let me think what I was saying. Oh, so I said to my wife, call up tomorrow, find out how much a hip replacement is. 400,000. I'm like, wait a minute, they're charging me 550, they're gonna charge her 400,000. So I called them back and I said, yeah, I'm the guy called you about the hip replacement. How much is the hip replacement? Oh, 550,000. I said, well, my wife called and she said that you quoted her 400,000. Oh, not same, not same. I was like, listen, don't give me that. Please don't do that to me. Don't lie to me and act like I'm stupid. It's the same exact procedure. She's getting a 150,000 discount because she's Thai and I'm not. And so they were like, well, it's 550,000. I said, okay, fine. And I didn't get my hip surgery done there because of that. And I got it done for 350,000 or something like that up in Chiang Mai. And I saved a bundle of money. It was a great, my hip is fine now. I mean, I feel it once in a great while. I feel it a little bit, but you know, I'm getting older. And you know, and the thing is I don't want to go back there unless it's an emergency and I absolutely need them. I don't want to go with them. He's gonna work at Therme Coffee Shop. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea. Who knows? Maybe he's working, maybe he's not. But hopefully we'll see him soon. Anyway, I think that's about it. You know. What else is there? Well, thank you very much to Mr. Tom. Thank you very much for joining us. Yeah. Wherever you are, I appreciate it. And thank you, Tom. Do me a favor, like I said, smash the like button and the join button and consider subscribing. Everything's down in the description. You can become a Patreon patron or use the Cash App or buy me a coffee and make certain to visit my website at anamericaninbangkok.com. Yada, yada, yada. How many times I have to say it? There you go. And the mall is going to open up. He was really a woman. Well, I don't know, maybe he was. Gennaro, no gynecologist, but he gonna be the new barista inspector for Starbucks. Well, I gotta tell you, there is no more beer at Starbucks. Beer is gone. Say goodbye to beer. She's a customer service representative now at a hospital. Our terrible trio that used to work at the Starbucks here, that away, well, they're all gone. They've moved on to bigger and better things, so let's wish them well, all of them. I think Preo is selling cars. I don't know what Tian is doing. And Beer is a customer service representative at a hospital, so good for her. And yeah, that's it. So there you go. So we will not be seeing her anymore. Now you have to concentrate on, what's her name? Yor. Y-O-R. Yor. And I think there's one other girl that works there, and the rest of them are guys. So there you go. You know? Expect Gennaro to need medical services at that hospital. Well, maybe. I don't know. But, it is what it is. Anyway. Gennaro will be getting very sick. Sick, QN, what? Visiting every hospital in Bangkok. Oh, my God. Well, I hope he doesn't do that. I hope he's not that desperate or whatever you want to call. Listen, Dowlow, you obviously did not watch my video for $10, what do you get in Bangkok? Because I showed the coconut girl in the video. There you go. You just told me. I didn't watch your video because I didn't see the coconut girl in the video. She's there in the video. I got about 5 minutes with her. Because I bought a coconut water from the coconut girl. So, you know, maybe you should go back and watch the little clip of that video and you'll see her. The original coconut girl that moved to Perth. We don't know, but she moved to Perth. And the original coconut girl, I don't know where she is, what she's doing. I have no idea. All right? So there you go. She's probably married with children. Who knows? I have no idea. Gennaro, no gynecologist, but he'll take a look at the coconut girl. Scott, what hospital in Bangkok is good for? Jesus Christ, there's 500 hospitals in Bangkok. Seriously. You're asking for a good GP. I mean, go. If you want to spend some money, go to Bumrungrad, go to Bangkok General, go to Waitani, go to whatever and just, you know, find one there. They'll give you one. I mean, you know, in some of these hospitals, they speak good English, and there's no problems, and it's very easy, you know, but you're going to pay for it. General practitioner, and you're going to pay for a general practitioner at those places. You're going to pay 35% more, 50% more. It really depends, but
you'll be paying a tenth of what they pay in the States.
it's not a tenth, not anymore. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
You're not paying a tenth of the United States. You might be paying 30%. There's hospitals everywhere in Thailand, great service, but expensive.
Case in point.
Oh God. Your hand, oh my God.
Went to the emergency room.
That is a public hospital.
Almost cut my thumb off.
It's a public hospital.
Went to Ramkhamhaeng Hospital, private hospital.
That's a private hospital versus public hospital.
I got emergency room care to stabilize my wound. It cost me $3,000.
That's nothing.
My mother, 3 years ago, fell, broke her arm. I took her to the hospital in Inverness, Florida. Her emergency room care was $25,000.
Yeah, okay, give me the fucking thing back.
More than 10x.
Just give me the mic back. There's a big difference. There's a Scottish lady doctor in Bangkok, a Swishman in Pattaya. Listen, I mean, you know, I know some people hook up and they want to link up with certain doctors and stuff, and that's great. But, you know, sometimes you don't need that. Not everybody, I don't know where Pattaya Bob is. I hope he's doing all right. But not everybody's going to the doctor all the time. Not everybody has to go in and out of the doctor every week, or, you know, that's not how it is all the time. And I hope I'm not going to do that as I get older. Hopefully I will have managed to stave that off. Just, you know, let me go to sleep and I don't wake up. That's about how I want to do it. But there are good doctors all over the place. Some of them are Thai, some of them are Western. You know, it really doesn't matter. Just get somebody you like, that they're fair with the pricing, and that's all you can really ask for. The Ram Hospital is miles from here, but my wife and her sister insisted on going there. Must have passed a dozen other hospitals. Well, that's kind of, you know, some Thais are very much, you must go to this one. I really like that one. It's the best one. You know, some people are just like that. My wife does not ever want to go to Waitani Hospital. She only really wants to go to Ramkhamhaeng Hospital. And she'd rather go to Lat Phrao Hospital, which is down the road from Waitani Hospital, instead of going to Waitani, because she hates Waitani. Scott, I just need a GP doc to renew my prescriptions. I like to see the same doctor every time. Well, you got to go and look for one. I can't tell you where to go because I don't know where you're going to be. I don't know what you're going to be doing. And honestly, if you're going to you want him to refill a prescription, you're going to need to be seen by him. He's going to need to see you, look you over. You're going to have to pay for that, and then maybe he'll give you he can give you the same medication. I don't know what medication you're on, but maybe he can do it then. But
change the prescription because different medications are different here than the States.
Yeah, exactly. They may have a different type of medication here than they have elsewhere. But they're not going to just hand you a prescription and go, oh, you had a prescription back in the States and you can get that here. No, that's not how it works.
No,
I think that.
You might be able to sell it to you without doctors, but
well, maybe, but it depends.
You're piggybacking on your old doctor's information.
Yeah, if you are getting a prescription in the States and it's something that you really need a prescription for, and it's not, you know, you're not going for like you need some Apsialis or some Kamagra or something else that they sell over the counter that they may not need to, you know, and you know, this is the thing. Sometimes you can go and tell them, now we're talking about hospitals. I was getting ready to go, but now we're talking about hospitals. Some doctors throw every test and procedures at you. Yes, they do. And you need to tell them, I don't need that test. You need to actually be in control here, as opposed to in the U.S. where maybe they are in control and they tell you what you need. Here, they'll just give you every test because they want to rake up the dollars. They want to make as much as they can. and they want to like, oh well, we might as well rule everything out. You need to say, I don't want this, I want that. Or you don't need to give me this, I want that. That's kind of how it works. Paulo Hospital is less than 10 minutes from our house. Okay. Could you use Western Union cash to yourself from your American bank account? Why would you do that? It's costly. Yeah, I can't see why you would do that. And it's not as convenient as some of the other methods. I don't know. It seems to be
It's old-fashioned.
it's very old-fashioned. And if you're 50 and haven't had a colonoscopy, get one, you virgins. Lotto, just talk to pharmacists. They'll help you out. Show them the pill box. It does depend on what kind of medication you have. But if you're, you may be able to get a medication exactly the same. But if not, then you can go to the doctor, and the doctor will look at you. They'll give you the once-over. You have to pay for it one time, and then boom, you get on the medication. And maybe once in a great while, he'll want to look you over and check you out and see if you're okay. And then that's how it works. And you're going to generally pay less. And, always ask for generic if you can. Yeah, that's about it. But you can go to the pharmacist, and sometimes you'll get whatever you need. He'll give it to you. You may not need a prescription here in Thailand for something that you need a prescription back in the U.S. In fact, I know that that's true. There's probably 50 different pills that I know of that you can get from the pharmacy here without a prescription, that if you were in the state, even in the States, sometimes you want to get some kind of analgesic or something like that. They want a prescription for it. I'm like, what are you talking about? So, there you go. Anyway, I think it's about time to go, ladies and gentlemen. We should talk about hospitals the next time. Why not? Everybody has their story from a particular hospital. I have some stories from several hospitals, but I haven't been to a hospital since my gallbladder. And after that, there hasn't been anything wrong. I haven't been sick at all. Not really one thing. Or maybe I got sick, where I had like a cold or something, or maybe it was the COVID. I don't know. But I wasn't all that sick. In like a day or two, I was like 100% again. So if the doctor prescribes H2O here, you need a prescription. Yeah, that's about how it works. All right, guys, that's it. Continue smashing all the buttons, and I will talk to you later. Thank you much again, Tom, and thank you. I got 2 recent stories for you. Are you going to tell them to me now, or are you going to tell them to me offline? Bye, Mr. 2/4 Korean. We can talk about them offline if you want. That's fine. And then we can talk about them online. So, alrighty then. Does the Viagra sold on the streets here in Thailand work? Asking for a friend. Oh my God. You're gonna have to check it out yourself. I'm gonna say yes. Asking for a friend. Thanks, Tom. Thanks again. Later. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Ciao. Bella. Arrivederci. Choke D, Leo, Joke, and Mai. We'll see you later.